Hello everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads, and it's time for a daily reading vlog. So, good afternoon. It is December 1st. And so, I thought I would go ahead and do a reading vlog for December 1st, just to kind of kick off the month. And then, after that, I might be doubling up some of the days or whatever, or letting you know, maybe every other day or every 3 days or something like that. I don't know how I'm going to do things. Or I may just do it like I normally do. I don't know. I guess it's just however I feel like, whatever I feel like doing. You'll see it whenever it comes out, I guess. Anyway, so this first one is just going to be a daily reading vlog. And really the only thing that I actually worked on like last night was I remembered, I didn't put this on my TBR, but I remembered I had this. And so I should read this. So we have Hearts for Christmas by Sophie Jomain, and it is the Advent one where you have to open every day and everything. So last night I cracked open December 1st so that I could get the first read, so I could let you know what the first one was about. My only complaint so far about this is I thought when you opened this you only had to crack open this first layer that had the blue around it. But no, you had to separate every page the same way. Why? Why? Why not just have them contained inside this? And then I wouldn't have to, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. It's my only complaint so far. But anyway, I'm going to be doing this as I'm supposed to, reading one chapter a day. And since I'm not going to do probably a reading vlog every day, I will still give you like the updates on it, but you might get 2 days in one or whatever, but you'll still get the updates on how I'm feeling about reading this one chapter at a time and how it's working and everything. Okay, so this is about April, and she is headed to the foothills of Mont Blanc in the Alps to spend Christmas with her father in his chalet for the first time in 3 years. Ever since her heart operation, she's lived as carefully as possible, but it's time for a change. All April wants for this holiday is to take back her life. But how do you find the courage to live after being afraid for so long? So, she ended up having a heart attack at the age of 16, and then she ended up having to have a heart transplant, and she is now, I think, a year and a half post-transplant. So she's had the heart transplant, and she's a little worried because, like, the doctors told her because she got the heart so young, I guess, that she could probably get a good 15 years out of the heart, and then she might end up having to have another heart transplant. And so that's all she can kind of think about in the back of her mind. So she's kind of put herself in a little protective bubble. And it hasn't helped that her mother has put her in this protective bubble as well. So she's tried to stay away and not get, sick or any of that kind of stuff, trying to really take good care of the heart that she's been given. But it's kind of put her to where she doesn't go out and do anything. She's finished school online, and now she's enrolled in like college, but it's online. Like, she hasn't gone out to do anything. Her friend is at college and everything, and ahead of her because of some of the stuff, she had to take off the time, so she couldn't actually go to college with her friend and everything. But she still has her best friend that she talks to, and it does have some texting and everything. And I don't know if it'll have it a lot in it, but like there was this, so it had a little bit of texting and things in it. But her friend is supposed to be meeting her at Mont Blanc, and going there has been a tradition. Like, I think she said she'd been going there since she was 6 years old, and that's where she met her friend, whose name I think is Eve. And her friend has to wait and can't get there till the 10th and everything, but she's going to be meeting her there. Her father is wanting her to be adventurous and to do things, and he's wanting to take her like skiing and all that stuff, but is she going to be brave enough? And her mother, on the other hand, is like, she needs to study. She needs to stay inside and study. Well, what's the use of going on vacation to this nice place in the Alps if you're just going to stay inside and study? But she has been in this protective bubble, and so is she going to be able to embrace being adventurous again, getting out there after the heart transplant and everything? So I guess that's kind of what this book is going to be about. And that's pretty much what the first chapter was. We were just getting to know the characters and like why she's been so protective and not wanting to do things, and we'll see along the way if she ends up getting adventurous or not. And it says that she runs into her best friend's older brother. Oh, he's a ski instructor. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe he'll get her out there being adventurous. So today I will probably crack into December 2nd so that I can stay ahead of the game. Even though today's the first, because we all know I'm a slow reader, and since I do have to read this with my eyeballs, I will say one thing. It's got a fairly decent sized font, so that helps. So it's like the first chapter was only, I think, it was 17 pages. So even though it was 17 pages, it was like large font, and then you had like the text and everything that took up a lot. So it felt like it read fairly quickly. But I will tell you, this thing is heavy. It is on some good quality paper and everything, and with all that extra paper with this stuff on it, with the day one and all that kind of stuff, it is a heavy little book. But anyway, that's pretty much the only thing that I've actually started for December. But I will be listening to A Christmas Duet by Debbie Maycomer today. So I will be getting started on that probably when I'm downstairs making lunch and everything. I tried to get pictures of, or video of it was snowing on us a little bit. I'm not happy. It had, the time when I had like the really big pretty flakes, we were in Hardee's. I should have just took like film out at the window at Hardee's. It was really pretty. I don't like it, but it was really pretty. And we've got like a little kind of coating on the ground, and that's as much as I want. But I have a feeling we may get more closer to the inch than the coating. I'm not happy. And it's cold. But I know there's a lot of other people that have more snow than we're getting. Just keep it to yourselves. Okay? You keep all that snow up there in the north. I do not want it slipping down here. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. Catch you later. Hey everybody! So I've been busy trying to batch film some of my Bookmas and things like that, so I haven't really read a whole lot. But I did start listening to a Christmas Duet by Debbie Maycomer, and I'm 10% into it. And so far it's okay. I've not really gotten into like the whole meat of the story yet. It's about Haley who she's a songwriter and she loves music, but she really hasn't had a chance to do anything with it. She instead become an assistant band teacher, and it's a holiday season, and one of her friends offered her their family's cabin to go off for the winter break and just concentrate on her writing and her music. And, well, there is an ex of Haley's, Zach, who seems to think that they can just come back together and be a couple, and she doesn't want anything to do with that. And her mother really likes him, and she invited him to Christmas, which really upset Haley, and so that kind of confirmed the fact that she was going to go to the cabin. And so she told her parents that she wasn't coming home, she was going to the cabin, and she's not telling them where it's at because she doesn't want them to all show up there. And she just wants some time to herself. And so that's pretty much as far as I've gotten into it. She is headed to the cabin, and we'll see what happens, because that's all I know so far. And I'm going to guess that she's going to meet somebody probably while she's up at the cabin. And so, has anybody else started any Debbie Maycomer books for Debbie December? I'm curious. So far, besides that, and besides the Debbie Maycomer and the Advent book that I talked about earlier, that's the only two books that I have going right this moment. Besides the rat book that I've been working on, but it's over by my bed and everything. So I don't really have anything else to say, so I'm going to get off of here. And so I hope you guys are having a great start to your December. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.